Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 260, man. And in this edition, we're going to deal with the Capitol Cops insurrection in D.C. I want to say January 6th, I believe, of this year, you had something very, very troubling happen, I want to say. And it was the U.S. Capitol chaos. It was chaos and mayhem at the U.S. Capitol. I think it was the Joe Biden official electoral college votes being counted, I believe, to deem him the president, which leads to the inauguration later in the month, I believe. And you had individuals, pro-Trump supporters, show up with a different agenda. What happened at the U.S. Capitol last week is a clear sign that we are in the end times, man. What you had happen was utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous, man. You had a mob of people, aka domestic terrorists, show up, okay, ready to die, ready to go to war with the police in regards for their love for Donald Trump and their hate for Joe Biden. It almost looked like this was a planned, well-orchestrated, planned event took place. And the Secret Service agents, the Metropolitan Police, and the state police all failed, okay? They all lacked intelligence. Okay, the security protocols was breached, and there was no way it was a safe environment, which was a failure. Now, the question you got to say, was that by accident or was it planned for security protocol issues to be breached? Because you had a domestic terrorist, aka a mob of individuals that came to the U.S. Capitol with nothing but murder, violence, disruption on their mind. What you have is pro-Trump supporters plot to uplift Trump and at the same time slam Joe Biden by way of forming a mob, aka a tumultuous crowd, and cause pandemonium overdose, man. I mean, this is an atrocity and a travesty, man. This was definitely a cruel act involving violence, and it was totally, utterly absurd, man. Unreal. This is how you know we are in the end times as we know them to be, because now you got all type of violence is taking place, and you had these people go all the way to the U.S. Capitol, okay, as an insurrection to disrupt whatever it is that the government had in store for the change of the guard when it comes to the president of the United States, man. In Psalms 64:2, it says, "Hide me from secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." And that's exactly what happened at the U.S. Capitol. It was workers of iniquity, okay, with nothing but wicked intentions, forming a mob to cause chaos and mayhem. In the process, you had 5 people that lost their lives, according to what's being reported. You had a police officer, which was one of the 5. You also had a woman who was fatally shot, who goes by the name of Ashley Babbitt, a 35-year-old Air Force veteran. And then you had three other individuals, two adult males by the name of Benjamin Phillips and Kevin Greason, died due to some sort of medical emergency, as well as a female by the name of Roseanne, I want to say Boylan or Boylan. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But you had five people that lost their lives due to an insurrection where pro-Trump supporters was going to show the Capitol, U.S. Capitol, that they were not going to allow and honor Joe Biden as being the next president, man. The question you got to say to yourself, was this a hired gun? Was this a hired disruption? Inquiring minds would like to know. One thing I will say is security protocol was breached, and the plan to have a safe environment was breached. Intelligence were breached. Everything that could have went wrong. So you have to say to yourself, did it go wrong just by chance, or did it go wrong because that was the way it was designed? We are in dangerous times, y'all. What's the name of the lesson, man? Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 260, man. Capitol Cops, Insurrection in D.C. Yeah, man, it's cold-blooded, man. It's cold-blooded. The times that we living in today, don't matter if it's Donald Trump, don't matter if it's Joe Biden, doesn't matter who's in the White House. The senseless violence and the injustice that's happening is going to continue to happen because we in dangerous times, man. And this is why we name it Sign of the End Times, because this is another sign that we headed towards the end, man. So I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, keep your eyes open, man, and look what's going on. And right now, we don't know what to think. We don't know who to believe. But one thing that I do know, this situation that just happened at the U.S. Capitol, listen, man, this was a whole lot of Elvises that was out there. This wasn't Jake. This was Elvis' agenda. So imagine if it was Jake agenda. It would have been way more than 5 deaths. It probably would have been hundreds of deaths. Hundreds of Jakes would have been harmed. But see, because it was Elvis, it was only 5, man. Wow. Unreal, man. Again, as we get ready to close out this word in Psalm 64:2, it says, hide me from secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. You see that? The insurrection of workers of iniquity, man. The mob, the tumultuous crowd of those that got nothing but wickedness on their mind, man. Wow. Unreal, man. This is where we at in so-called 2021, and this is just the first week and a half, and look what you got going on. So imagine the remainder of 2021. We ain't got a chance, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters stay prayed up. Keep Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, first in everything that you do, man. Shalom.